Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, CMS for SolidWorks. My name is Alexine Gordon-Stewart, Marketing Manager for Structsoft. So before I pass you on to my colleague who will be taking you through the software, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an introduction of who we are. So we're a 25-person company based out of Montreal, Canada, but we do have offices and resellers all over the world. We are a developer of software targeting the AEC and the fabrication marketplaces. So before I hand off to my colleague, I just want to give you guys a few housekeeping announcements. Just to say we have the questions tab on the right-hand side here of the webinar, the GoToWebinar screen. My colleague Brandon Iannata is standing by to answer any questions you may have throughout the webinar. And if we have some that are appropriate, we'll be asking them live to Mahbub at the end of the session. We will also be sending a recording to all of those who attend and register, as well as with our contact details afterwards. So if you have any questions following up, please don't hesitate to get in touch. So without further ado, I'll hand you off to Mahbub Rahman.
Hi everyone, my name is Mahbub. I'm one of the team member of CMS here in Structsoft Solutions. Well, you already know like what CMS does, so we're going to talk about a bit the very basic about CMS and what's the prerequisites need in a given SolidWorks single body part file. So we call it CMS, Component Management Software. It's create and manipulate DSTV NC1 files. So you can produce NC1 files from a given SolidWorks file, and you can also manipulate the produced NC1 files in our CMS main platform. So it comes as a plugin and also as a standalone as a main CMS software. So as we are talking today about the conversion for SolidWorks files, so the prerequisite would be definitely the single body part file, the SolidWorks file, and this CMS is actually feature-based modeling software. So it's the part that we look for have to be feature-based. So we look for the main profile sketch present in the part file. So sometimes you might import some other CAD format from other platform, but if it comes as a block reference, CMS won't be able to recognize those parts. At the same time, as I said, we look for all the features present in the part file, and as well as the sketches. As I say, like we look for features. What kind of features we support in CMS? It's extrude cut. You can use hole wizard. At the same time, linear pattern, mirror, and fillet. So the bottom line is, as long as we have all those features, and also the sketches present in the single body part file, CMS will be able to recognize all those features and sketches and bring all this information in DSTV format in NC1 file. So CMS comes as a viewer, so which is you can easily download from our website. As a CMS viewer, you can open any kind of NC1 files and see that NC1 files. The CMS standard is you can actually produce NC1 file from scratch. So you can do all kind of operation and also other manipulation in the main CMS platform. So you can open an NC1 file, you can start manipulating that file as well, and as well as you can start building the NC1 file from scratch. On top of that, we have plugins for SolidWorks, for AutoCAD, and also for Inventor, and we do support MBS DXF conversion as well. So I'm going to go and show you some examples in SolidWorks plugin, and we'll discuss some quick manipulation tool in our main CMS platform. So I'm going to open my CMS here. So I just kept open one sample file for you guys. So the main CMS platform has three different consoles. So the top console we say the shape library. So you have different standards, and has this different shape types, like for channel, equal angle, and it could be unequal angle at the same time, different kind of I-beams as well. And at the same time, we have different shape sizes. So this is the shape console here. And underneath this one, it's DSTV console. So here is the main DSTV file that we look for. So the DSTV NC1 file produced here, you can save it from here. So, and at the same time, we can do some manipulation from that console. On the other hand, it's just the graphical representation of the DSTV, what we have here. They're connected in real time, so you can do you can select any operation in your graphical window, and you can see the corresponding DSTV line here. So I'm going to open a DSTV quickly just to show you how they're connected. So I just opened a sample DSTV file here. So, and if I just come back to only the NC1 line mode, so I can see if I just zoom in here, I can see I got 2 drilling operations here, and I have 1 opening here, and also 2 other drilling operations. I just want to select this line. So as you see, like the corresponding line got highlighted. It's kind of vice versa. So if I just select the first line, and if I just zoom out, and if I just select the first line, and it selected the corresponding operation over here. So they're connected in real time. So anything you do in your graphical console is going to impact directly to your DSTV console. So now I'm going to go to SolidWorks platform. So I have a sample I-beam open here. So as I see, we got a couple of drill operations in the web, and also in the bottom flange, and at the same time I got some cuts on that side as well. So I'm going to show you the process involved in producing NC1 from a given SolidWorks file. So what do? Like you open your SolidWorks file that you want to convert to NC1, and then if you just go to the tools, and we have the plugin installed here. So you get 2 options, one for plate, one for the shape. So as we support both plate and shape. So what kind of shape we support? We support all kind of I-beams, channel, and angle. Unfortunately, we do not support round profiles in SolidWorks for SolidWorks, and also we do not support the T profiles at this point. So as long as you have the I profile, channel, and also the angles, and at the same time all the plates we support here. It could be a round plate, or any kind of regular plate as well. So what do? You just come to these options and then select the right tools that you're looking for. So I'm going to select the Create XML for shape. Why it's Create XML? So what this plugin does is actually creates an XML file from these SolidWorks file. So the plugin produces an XML file, and the XML is sent to the CMS. Then the main CMS platform picks that XML and produce the NC1 file. So, and now it's asking for the permission to open it in CMS. So I'm going to open it in CMS. So what's happened in the background? So the XML has been produced, and then it's looking for the correct size. So I know like what's the correct size. So I'm going to go and open that, find that correct size. This has not been this automation has not been done yet. So we are still working on that. But at this point, you just have to choose the correct profile that you are looking for. So once you know like what's the correct profile, you select this one and you say yes. So here you go. So so you got your DSTV produced in real time. So you just the DSTV is produced. If I just remove the shape lines, I can see like the part produced here. So this is the process involved in producing NC1. So I just want to repeat that process with the other example. Okay, so I have a channel here. So it's just a funny cut on that, but I just want to show the process involved here. So again. So what do? You just go to tools, you just select the right plugin, and then it asks for the permission to open it in CMS. So you say yes, and then the XML has been produced. You just go and look for the correct size in CMS. So what is at this time it's a channel. So I'm going to select the correct size for my channel. So I select yes. So the DSTV has been produced here. So I just choose that part on purpose. As you can see, like this drill is on that left hand side corner. But if I just look at the DSTV over here, this I can see the drilling on the other side of the part. So I just selected this one on purpose. So you can this is the same part. You're gonna, it doesn't matter like how you see it in CMS, but if you still want to see that exactly as your part, you can do that quickly in CMS. So what you do, you actually see the part was mirrored. So what I do, I just go and just mirror that part uh, to produce the NC1 file that corresponds directly to my part file. Okay, so the purpose of showing that is, let's say you have a left hand side and right hand side part, and you just don't have to draw both sides in SolidWorks. So you can actually save your time in terms of your modeling purposes. So you can just produce your left hand side and come to produce your NC1 for the left hand side, and then go and use that mirror operation and produce your right hand side part. So that kind of automation. This is just a quick example of how you can produce both left hand and right hand side part from NC1 from SolidWorks. Okay, so what I'm going to show you right now, I'm just want to show you also the process involved in producing NC1 from a given plate. So I have a simple plate. So what it does is you just go do the same thing. You just select the create XML for plate, then send it to CMS. And plate is pretty straightforward because you don't have to select the size of the plate, because CMS has the internal capacity to understand like what is the part, the diameter or parameter of the plate. So it's going to go and bring this by itself. So what do? You just save your file. That's it. So that's the process involved in producing NC1 from a given SolidWorks file. I'm going to show you an example of different manipulation that you can do in CMS. So I'm going to open a sample NC1 file. So what you can do, like you can even open a third-party NC1 file and you can start manipulating that part here. So I'm going to show you an example of those. So I'm going to this is an I-beam, and I'm going to zoom in here and select this one. So let's say for some reason I just want to change the position of that one. Okay, so let's say I have the position XY position over here, and at the same time the diameter here. Okay, so I'm going to change this diameter, the position parameter here. Okay, so I'm going to just put it more inside the part, and also at the same time I just want to change the diameter as well. So just to show you like how we can do it quickly in CMS. At the same time, you actually can change your slot, change your drill to slot operations as well. So I'm going to give it a distance of 4. Okay, so at the same time, just for fun, I'm just giving an angle of 45 degrees. So you can actually give change your operation in CMS in real time, and see all those changes in DSTB file. So as you see, like all those parameters has been updated here. So both angle and also the distances and also your diameter has been changed. Sometimes I got a couple of clients, their machine cannot support drill operations. So what they look for, they just look for 2 drill operations in the top, in the start point and at the end point, and they just manually just join these two drill operations. So we actually have a quick tool in CMS that you can do that quickly instead of finding those two drills manually. It's going to cost a lot of your time. So what do? You just select this one, and we have a tool over here which called convert slot to two holes. So what it's going to do, it's going to say once you apply that one, if you just zoom in here, so as you see, like this slot hole has been converted to two holes. So you actually can see these two additional holes in the DSTV as well. So here is this two additional drills. So you can just convert your any slot to two drill. Okay, so at the same time, I'm just gonna change those position quickly. I just want to do some other operations as well. So I'm gonna just do it pretty quickly. I'm gonna change the position of this one and just put it back. So if I just go to the ISO view again, so this is my part right now. So some of our clients, do use our couple of quick tools here. That's kind of pretty handy to use, which is one of them is Cope Chamfer. So I'm going to use that one on one of those. So I'm selecting. You just have to select where you want to apply that. I'm going to apply it in web, and then I'm just going to apply in the top left corner over here. So what do? You just give it the parameters. So say I'm going to apply 4 and 4, 4 or 2 at this point. So I'm going to say apply. So once you apply this one, see your graphical window and the DSTV has been updated correspondingly. So it's pretty quick. At the same time, if you just want to apply other operations, like one of the popular operations here is applying miter cut. So I'm just going to apply miter cut. I just want to apply on my flange, okay, and I'm going to apply it on top right corner. So I'm going to apply. You just can give it an angle or the length, whatever you want. It's just say if you want to apply 15-degree miter cut on the right hand side, you can just apply there, and just the length get calculated in real time. Or you can just do on the other way. So you can just give it a length where you want to how much you want to cut that on that side. So it's, let's say I just want to put 2. So the angles get calculated in real time, and then you can just apply it here. So as you see over here, this cut has been updated, then applied. This bevel, this miter cut, and at the same time on my DSTV, the miter cut has been updated. One more thing, I just want to emphasize also, as you see, these 5 lines, these info lines, is not necessarily important for the CNC machine to do all the operations, drilling, internal cut, or slot operations. These are actually for our own users purposes, for the NC1 handler have to know what part he's handling, or who's the client, what's the job number, that kind of stuff you can do. And at the same time, if you have multiple parts, but you have the same operations, then you can actually change the quantity in real time. So you can now use that same NC1 file for your 10 parts, which are exactly identical. So you don't have to feed your machine every time those NC1 files. You just feed your machine once with that file, and if you have 10 identical parts, your CNC machine will take care of that. Well, I just want to show you how clients actually take care of those lines sometimes. So I just have a sample here. So see, they put the part number, what kind of was the client, and what's the purpose that you're dealing with those NC1. So that kind of stuff you actually can do it in CMS. I also wanted to show you a couple of other examples that you can do quickly in our CMS platform. So one of those is text stenciling and also marking. So I'm going to show you a quick example of how you can apply text stenciling. So let's say I just want to do some text stenciling on my front web. So I just come to the correct view. So I'm in the front web. I select my text stenciling tool, and then like you just give it a position, like where do you want to apply this text stenciling. Say like you just want to apply in I'm right now in the imperial imperial mode, so I'm gonna just adjust those x and y offsets. So I'm gonna put something in the middle. So I'm gonna say, because my part is 360 inches, so I'm gonna say like something near to 150 inches, and my part is 12.25 inches height. So I'm gonna put it like 6 inches. And at the same time, I can give it an angle, but I'm not gonna apply this at this point, so I'm gonna say yes. So if I just zoom in over here, I can see like this text stenciling has been applied. At the same time, if I just look into my DSTV window, so the DSTV SI, which is for text stenciling, so which has been applied in V, which is front web. So all these parameters have been updated in real time. At the same time, I just want to show you one of our powerful tool also, which is marking. Sometimes clients look for it. So you have two different options for the marking. You can do scribing, you can do powdering as well. So it depends what you want, what kind of operation you want. So what you do, like you just come here and just select like where you want to apply. So I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to apply it in the front web. So again, so just give it the reference point. So where you want to apply it. So I'm going to say, 50 inches X direction and 5 inches in Y direction, and I'm going to apply a line at this point. You can do like, you can apply line, you can do rectangle, you can also do circular marking as well. So I'm going to go for um, just line marking. So you can give it a del X and del Y. So I'm going to keep it a straight line. So my del Y will be 0. So I'm going to give it 10-inch length. So I'm going to say apply. So here you go. So you're gonna see this this line applied in real time. At the same time, if you just select this operation, so here you go. So you can see this marking tool has been applied in NC1 as well. So these are the quick tools that you actually can apply in our CMS. I just want to show you one more. One of the I have two test files that I have right now, just to show you the compatibility of the SolidWorks file. So as you see on that test file, that my main profile is presented here. So I have the main profile here, which is really important, very crucial for the CMS plugin, because the plugin has to read that profile. And at the same time, all those features has been used, like all the extrude was used. So I have all the sketches present here. So these are the ideal files that, pretty easy for CMS to pick that up and, produce NC1 correctly and seamlessly. Shouldn't have any issue at all. So what you do, just send it to the correct plugin, and then you select the correct size. So I'm going to select it's Australian profile, so I'm going to select the correct size. So I'm going to say yes. So here you go. So you got your all those operations coming in no time. So it's pretty straightforward, So I'm going to show you one more example here. Again, this is in a fancy I-beam here. So you get tons of operations here. So as you can see, like the main profile is sketches here. At the same time, all kind of features has been used, all cut, extrude, linear pattern, and all those features used are actually present in this part file. That's what we look for in CMS in a given SolidWorks file. As long as you have all those data, CMS will have no issue at all and produce NC1 file in no time. So I'm going to send it to CMS again. So I'm going to say yes. So it reads the XML file, the SolidWorks file. It's producing an XML file. And what do? You just go and select the the proper size. The proper size has been selected, and say yes. And here you go. So you got your NC1 file just ready in seconds. So what you do, you save your file. So these are the things that I wanted to show you so far. I just one last thing. It's pretty interesting. So I'm going to go and open one of the files here. So I have here to show you some of the powerful built-in operations within CMS. Let's say I have a channel here. Okay, so to comply with this cut on my web, I need a web edge preparation here, or bevel operation on that. So what do? You can do that manually in CMS. So I have a edge preparation tool here. What do? You just go and select the right face. You select the start point and end point. Okay, and then you just say apply this angle. So you just have to know like what angle it is. Let's say I'm going to apply 45 for now, just to be on, just be roughly. So it was actually not 25. So so you had to go and calculate that angle manually. So it could be a time consuming, but you actually can do it pretty quickly in CMS also, because we have another tool that's going to save a lot of our time. So if you just come right click over here, you see over here, apply bevel cut, top and bottom flange. So I'm going to apply this one. So the CMS applies these, calculate those angles, and apply those bevel cut in real time. It's so quick. See, so I didn't have to calculate those angles, and CMS just applied all those bevel cut in just click of a button. So all those information, as you see over here, those angles were calculated and those bevels were applied on four sides. So these are the things that I wanted to show you today. Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate your patience, and I'm going to now pass it to my colleague Alexine for the question and answer session.
Thanks very much, Mahboob. Actually, we don't have a ton of questions here, so we're going to wrap up the session. If anyone does have questions after the webinar, as we said, there'll be follow-up emails with all of our contact details, as well as the recording of the session today. So thank you very much for your time today, and with that, we will be ending the session.